All right. After my last video, somebody requested, I think it was Oliver Nordin, requested that I do an analysis kind of on twisting and how some people twist faster than others. He recommended Waldi and Valtteri as two comparison points, which I really liked because they have two very different styles of twisting. Waldi definitely does a little more of a gymnastics twist. There's a lot more of a vertical flip set. He still twists extremely fast. And then Valtteri does a lot more of a cheated kind of tricker style twisting set. Also twists super fast. They're both really good twisters. And so I'm just going to go through and analyze. I picked two things. I picked Waldi's wall punch Randy because it's ridiculous and it has a great demonstration of his front twisting technique. And then I picked this clip of Valtteri because it's him doing one of the skills that kind of is synonymous with his twisting style. That basically it's a cart dub but without the cartwheel, and it's pretty crazy. And we're going to take a look at it. So I'm going to actually start with Waldi. So let's look at Waldi's. So yeah, this is wall punch Randy. So I'll play it real quick in full speed. Yeah, that's pretty nuts. So let's take a look at it in slow motion. Basically, before we get into this, you got to understand that there are three different ways to make twist happen. One is contact twisting, which is when you use the ground to set some twist before you leave it. That's where kind of cheated and trickerfuls, that kind of stuff, it comes from that a lot of that contact twisting. There's a tilt twist, which is when you use your arms or legs or whatever to change your angular momentum to convert flip into rotation. And we'll see Waldi uses that a lot, maybe probably without even realizing it, because it's just kind of intuitive as you start to learn how to twist. And then the other type of twisting is cat twisting, which you really don't use a lot of. It's if you've ever done swivel hips on trampoline, that's what cat twisting is. It's basically using a shape change of arch to hollow to allow yourself to get a twist. It really only gives you about half a twist before it starts to slow down. So you'd have to like continuously arch hollow, arch hollow, arch hollow to get it to go anymore, which is ridiculous, but it definitely does play a part in starting the twist, and it has its role in the full twist to make everything work together. So with that in mind, those three types of twisting, let's take a look at Waldi's wall Randy. All right, so I want you to pay attention to his arm position on takeoff. So he has his right arm up, his left arm down. Okay, he twists to the left, and now this arm position is important because this allows him to maximize that tilt twist that I talked about. So what he's going to do is you'll see his right arm is going to drop down to his side. At the same time, his left arm is going to rise up, and that change of angular momentum, of weight, changing the weight on either side of his body, is going to cause one side of his body to flip faster than the other, which creates rotation. If you want a kind of example of how that works, take a hammer, if you have one at your house, hold it like normally, like you're going to hit a nail and flip it. It'll flip pretty normally, but then turn it sideways so that the smacking end of it is on one side and the nail puller end is on the other. Flip it and it'll twist because one side is heavier than the other. So he's going to use his arms to do that. You can see it right there. So the right arm dropped down and around, the left arm came up, right? And then as you'll see, as he comes around to face toward us, as he completes a half twist, he's going to basically do the same thing again to even further increase the momentum of the twist pulling from that flip. You can see that left arm now that went up is now coming back down, and the right arm is coming back up, and they're going to match together. And so he ends up with both arms at the same position now, and they're getting in really tight. So they went from this tall, straight arm position, dropping to one side and raising on the other side, and now they've pulled in tight. So he's gone from this big shape with a lot of change of angular momentum to this small shape with arms tucked in really tight, and that allows him to twist very quickly, which you can see him here And then at the end, obviously pulls his knees in because he has to complete that shape change from big to small in order to complete his flip, because he used a lot of his time in the air to do his twist. So he pulls that back around, and it's freaking crazy. But yeah, it basically comes down to he's using those arms to increase his rotation, taking away from his flip. And you can play around with that with your twisting and try to figure out how to maximize that change of weight on one side of your body. And you can try something on a trampoline. If you can do like a straight body layout on a trampoline, go onto your trampoline, do a straight body layout with your arms up. And when you get upside down, just drop one arm directly to your side. Don't do anything crazy with it. Just do a straight flip and then drop one arm directly to your side, and you will twist. You'll probably do a full twist if you drop it really hard. And then you can do the same thing where you do your backflip set, put both arms down, and then raise your opposite arm. So if you want to twist left, you raise your right arm, or you drop your left arm, or do both at the same time, and you'll twist even faster. So yeah, that's that, and that's how you accomplish more of a gymnastic style of twisting, because you can this style of twisting requires flip. You can't do it very well without flip. So that's Waldi right there. So now let's analyze a completely different method of twisting by Valtteri. So he's going to do this. I'll play it for you again. It's this trick right there. It's basically like a cart dub, except without the cartwheel. And it's really weird, and a lot of people have, noticed it. He does it a lot, and it's a very unique skill. I don't see a lot of other people doing it. One, because it's really hard, and Valtteri is super strong, so he makes things look really easy. And two, because it's kind of, complicated, because he's doing a lot of things that may not come across. So let's start with this. So he starts like this. He's going to do a lot of contact twists. So you can see he's starting with his body way off to the right, and he's going to fling it across to the left really, really, really hard, which creates that twist off the ground, so that when he does come off of the ground, he has a lot of momentum to work with. You can see he's got his legs wide, arms wide, so he has this big shape, and he's going to swing it around to the side. And you'll notice that he does drop his left shoulder down and lift his right shoulder up a little bit, mostly for the sake of setting some flip. But the reason that he doesn't need a lot of flip in this trick is he's not flipping over a vertical axis. And you'll see that because we can watch where his feet go during the twist. His feet are not going over his head. You'll see they go to the side. But what you'll see here is he's gone from this big shape, swinging across to the left with a really big shape, and then he's tightened up, pulled the arms in, his head is going to the left, everything is going to the left where he's trying to go, and basically he gets twist from there. But you can see even at the midway point of the trick, his feet are still not above him. They never really went above him. His axis of his flip was very horizontal. Which is what allows him to focus mostly on the twist and not have to worry about flip, because he's not flipping. He's throwing himself to the side, and he's using that change of axis to allow him to focus more on the twist, so that all he really has to do is just rip a twist around as hard as he can off the ground and land on his feet. So these two have a very different style of twisting. Waldi using a lot more of the tilt twist, where he really does need to focus on setting a lot of flip, because you cannot tilt twist without a lot of flip. And then Valtteri, where he doesn't really focus on setting flip at all, but rather just rips a twist and uses that axis change to allow himself to get to his feet. Both work, obviously, as you can see. Whether or not you prefer one or the other is up to you. In order to maximize your twisting, you definitely have to figure out how to use all elements of twisting, that tilt and the contact and a little bit of the cat twist. People that are really good at twisting usually use a combination of all of them. So yeah, go play around with those concepts, especially on trampoline. Trampoline is a great place to screw around with the concepts of twisting. Trying, like I said earlier, just set a backflip, try raising one arm, try dropping one arm, see what happens. try doing a little bit of contact twisting and trying to time your arm raise so that you get contact and tilt twists. But yeah, play around with that. See which style of twisting you like. Let me know what kind of twisting you find yourself doing naturally, and if you are maybe learn anything from this and apply it to your twisting. Let me know if it makes a difference. And Oliver, I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for the suggestion, and I will see you guys in the next video.